So first I want to start first and foremost by introducing myself. Obviously, my name is Miss Mandy. Amanda Schleniger. I am local owner of Hustle and Heart Real Estate Group, as well as founder of Spread the Love nonprofit. I offer these classes in hopes that we can all grow with and from each other. So I am asking you guys to understand that I am not the one-all-know-all. However, I do know quite a bit, and I love to share my knowledge because I love to watch people grow and evolve and change their lives and hope that they pay it forward and change the community and help us all raise the vibration in the city in which we all love. So that's my purpose with these classes, is I want to see you guys go out and I want to see you guys kick ass and I want to see you make a lot of money, but I also want to see you guys contribute it to those in need in something that you do that you're passionate about. So that's my goal today. Okay, first of all, we have a sponsor shout out, Jenna Flowers with Intercap Lending. She's providing lunch today. Those of you that are behind Zoom, I'm sorry you're going to be missing out, but thank you for being here anyways. Special shout out to Jenna. She's an amazing lender. She's one of our preferred lenders on our team, and she is absolutely amazing. Once again, I guess let's go over what today's subject is. So today's subject, we're going to be talking about maximizing your database. The cool thing is I've kind of developed this system so that it is for everybody in sales. I don't want you guys to think about this just for real estate. This is for anyone in sales. It's cool because Bambi's here every time. She's in insurance, she's in insurance sales. And there's a lot of the times that we coach through this with her, and she loves it, and she takes it, applies it, and she's kicking ass in her business, and I'm very proud of her. So I know that if you guys take these and you apply it to whatever profession that you're in sales, which I think we're all in sales, it's gonna make you very successful. So today we're gonna be talking about maximizing your database. Well, first and foremost, I am a person that will be reading my notes because I don't have it memorized. So just bear with me as I'm doing this. First off, I'm gonna make a statement out the get-go, and I think it's something that is very impactful that you guys really need to think about and cultivate within you. So first and foremost, I wanna ask you guys, did you know that 88% of clients would use their sales agent again, but only 12% actually do? Let's say that again. 88% of your clients would use you again, but only 12% actually do. Bambi, I'm gonna ask you, why do you think that is?
Probably some follow-up. They don't feel like it's personalized. I know with insurance that when I'm with a client, they're like family to me. Yeah. So I follow up with them. I make sure everything's going good with them. And I think the people that are the 12%, they don't really follow up. They don't make it personal. They don't feel, the client and the sales agent, they don't feel connected in some way.
I would agree. So those of you on the camera, in case you guys didn't hear, I'm gonna reemphasize. She says she thinks that it's because people don't really follow up, right? And so they don't feel the connection, which is absolutely correct. A lot of people would use you again in sales. However, they do not, because your follow-up game and your constant contact and connection that they once had with you during your sales transaction is lacking in some way, shape, or form. The cool thing is today we're going to be talking about not only ways to generate leads, which is everybody's, first and foremost their step, but also how to cultivate and create raving fans and referrals and clients to last a lifetime. So here we go. We're going to talk about, we've discovered through many years that in order to maximize your database, you're going to need to follow the 4C rule. Do any of you guys on Zoom, I'm going to go here, know what any of those 4 C's may or may not be? Kesley is checking. So we will look and see what some of your answers are. There's 4 C's that I think that we really need to highlight today and impound into your brain as a sales agent to follow if you want to generate, cultivate, and create clients to last a lifetime. Do we have any answers in the chat? No answers? Okay. What about you guys? Do you guys have anything that you may or may not say that you feel is one of the C's?
I would think that one of them would be connect, because you do need to connect with your clients in order to nurture that relationship.
I agree. Yes, she said connection, because you need to connect with your clients in order to cultivate it. You're absolutely correct. So let's go over the 4 C's. The first one is contact, right? You're gonna have to make a contact. Generating your leads, and we're gonna go over some ways in which we do that. You're gonna need to connect with the contact. So, if someone gives you a referral, you're actually gonna have to call them or follow up or shoot a text, or if they gave your name out and said that, hey, I gave so-and-so your name and number, they should be calling you. I always say, hey, that's awesome, thank you so much, but also if you want to share their contact and they feel comfortable with me, I'll make sure that we meet in the middle so that we can connect, right? It's the same thing I do when I'm lining my clients up with our preferred lenders. I share both each other's information so that there's no ball that gets dropped there. They both have each other's, they both know that each other wants to get in contact with each other, and therefore they can both make the call and or text, right? It ensures that your likelihood of the connection goes up a lot. Number 3 is classify. Once you get the lead and you connect with the lead, you're gonna have a conversation. Actually, we should have put a 5th C in there. A conversation with them to be able to classify, right? And classifying your lead is, are they hot or not? Are they this? Are they that? And we'll be going into all of that on some of the things that I personally use to determine how much time and energy am I going to be putting into these people, right? Is it a today? Is it down the road? I love them all. I'm always here. Lines of communication are always open. But at what point do I put these people are priority and these people are in the back of the bus and these people are down the road, right? Okay, number 4 is continued communication and or campaigns, right? So first and foremost, let's jump right into it. Let's talk about how to generate contacts. I hope those of you know I am a person with a lot of personality and I say things the way that I speak. So if any of you guys are on Zoom or watch this video at a later point in time, know that I like the word a lot. So if that offends you, I would just say my Secrets to Success class may or may not be for you, or it should be. Just overlook what I do that you may or may not do. Because you can still learn a lot, even though we're different, right? Okay, so generating contacts. In order to make a contact, you'll need to be willing to put yourself out there, believe in and be educated about what it is that you're selling and or offering, and be able to look fear in the eye and tell it to fuck off.
Woo!
Yes, yes, that deserves an applause, right? Because at the end of the day, how many times are we so caught up in this drunk monkey that we let fear get in the way of our focus to force forward? Yeah. All the fucking time. Always. I still do it. These classes, I still get up and I'm like, hey, do I really have what it is to take and deliver today? Is my mindset there? Are they going to take away what it is that I hope that they get from this? Are they going to apply it? I have all this fear, not even always about myself, right? Just about I hope that they get what it is that they want and or need out of these things. And same with our clients. And same with our contributions to the world. I hope that we make a difference, right? And sometimes that fear creeps in that keeps us from taking the action or seeing the long road, not the short road, and so it holds us back. So tell fear to fuck off. It's not your friend, I promise. It's always easiest to begin with the people that you know. I think there's no secret there, right? It's easiest when you're talking about your family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, ex-bosses, your favorite restaurant, owners and or servers, bartenders. It's easy to have these conversations because you've already been acclimated in their environment to be able to have that kind of trust and relationship already established, right? However, I want you guys to think about this. This could be literally anyone and everyone that you have ever met or have yet to meet, right? Anyone you come in contact with. Bambi, we talked about this the other day. What is your 1-minute elevator speech? I can't even do it right now. Your pitch. If I was caught in the elevator with you, what is it that you would tell me that you do? And why would I want to buy that from you? Why would I want to trust you? Why would I be just as passionate about it as you are? And first off, you would have to be passionate about it in order to sell me. You have to sell yourself first. So these are the tools that I'm trying to give you guys so that you can sell yourself first so that those others can follow. But until you are your own cheerleader, until you are your own biggest fan, until you love yourself first, no one else is going to be able to have that trust with you because they feel real. They feel what that is that's going on within you, right? So the best part about all of this is some of the ways that you guys can generate leads is freaking fun and exciting. Like some of the ways that I go about it is it's honestly just been natural. I didn't even realize what I was doing to generate leads that were generating leads. It was things that I actually loved to do that I was going to do regardless of whether or not they generate leads or not. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But guess what? I have fun doing it. And it helps make a difference in people's world. So some of the things, I'm going to go over a list of things that I do. And while I'm doing this, I want you guys to think about what it is that you love in your life, that you're passionate about, that you could naturally do in an organic way to generate leads, okay? So first and foremost, I'm going to start with I love music. And I believe in music therapy. I believe in the vibrations of things. I believe in energy fields. And I believe that music has the ability to heal. And so therefore, one of the things that I sponsor is the Ogden Twilight Concert Series here in downtown Ogden. And it's a huge 3-month event, sometimes 4 months, where once or twice a week, literally, they put on a concert with all sorts of different artists. Well, I have a pop-up shop, or I have a pop-up tent. We're in the same place every year, right? Or every time, every year. And people get to know me. They come over, they say hi, they grab a fan, they play my game. I have all sorts of cool stuff where I spin the wheel and give out swag and make it super fun. And we talk business. They know why I'm there, but I'm doing it in a way that is authentic, organic, and we both have a mutual connection, right? So it makes it easy. It makes it easy when you love what you do, right? Because I'm going to love it anyway. So if I can have a cool conversation with other people that are like-minded, I'm going to do it, right? Sometimes it works and makes dollars, and sometimes it doesn't. But that's the risk we take in anything that we do in life, right? Another thing that we do, I think this one will come to no surprise from all of you, is I love my community. Community is huge to me. So therefore, there are a lot of things that I do within this community with my nonprofit. And I always do a call to action to have other people come out and help spread the love with me. You know, some of the things that we do is, are co-creating Beautiful Life series and workshops, where we come in and we do personal development, and we have speakers that are passionate about all sorts of different things in this life that come in and share their stories and help the people within this community overcome their trials and tribulations and all of the shit that they're dealing with, and maybe get a clearer, cleaner perspective. So that's one of the things. Do you think that I meet people in an organic way that we just don't, that we establish trust in a very rare and vulnerable, brave environment like that? Abso-fucking-lutely we do. So do you think that they may or may not think of me when they're going to buy or sell their homes? Yeah. They know who I am and what I stand for. They've seen me cry. They've seen me wipe snot off my elbow onto my jeans, because I didn't have a tissue handy. Like, of course, they've seen me be me. And that's the number one thing, is doing all of these different things that I'm passionate about. I'm just me, doing me. And anyone that wants to jump in and see my value and see what it is that I bring to the table and be a part of it, and or that they're interested in the same things and they long for connection, they're going to come and do it, and I'm going to support them and they're going to support me. And that's how this works. And together, we're going to support the community. There's a variety of things that we do, right, with the nonprofit that I could go on and on and on and on about. But you guys get the point. Yes?
What would you recommend for people trying to generate leads that don't have as big as a platform?
So for people, okay, so the question is, for those of you listening, what would you recommend for people that are trying to generate leads who may or may not have a big enough platform? Love it, love it. I would recommend, and I love that you're doing this, that you asked this question, because I would actually say I would get involved into the things, just like me, that you are interested in and passionate about. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna synergize and acclimate to other like-minded individuals, right? Do you love pets? Then go and do something to do with pets, right? Go to a pet shelter, host an event, put a pop-up up, or go have a day at the dog park. That's free, right? You could go to a dog park and put up a pop-up and offer your services and offer some free swag. Promise you, you're gonna end up getting some natural conversations. You're gonna bond on a level. You're gonna talk about your dogs, and if you're a dog mom, that's like the shit. That's like us and our babies. So you're bonded forever on that one. You know what I mean? So that's what I would do. Another thing that I would do if I didn't have a huge sphere of influence is I wouldn't be afraid to have conversations throughout my community in a natural and organic way. Do you go to a restaurant and they talk about something, or you overhear a conversation at the table next to you? Do you chime in? Do you dare? Do you have your pitch prepared to where you know what it is that you would or would not say that may or may not get you a sell? These are things you have to be prepared for, right? But I personally, it's so funny, I've been so passionate about what I do that people have come to me. And I think when you are super passionate about what it is that you do, other people see that and they feel real and they see what you're doing and they want to be a part of it and they'll gravitate to you. I don't feel like you really need to be on the search, at least for me. I have not had to be the one that hunted, I attracted, right? And how do I attract? I attract by being me. I attract by knowing my shit. I attract by being so specialized and dived in that I know I can be the professional that they need when it comes to buying and selling one of the biggest transactions of their life. Why? Because I took the time to do the work. And that's it. I didn't expect a handout. I developed ways, I created ways, I did things that were outside of the box that no one dared doing, but now everyone sees that, oh my God, there is a different way to do sales. Maybe I could do it this way about something I'm passionate about. Take a risk. Take a risk is what I'm gonna say. Take a risk. If you hear someone at that table, jump the fuck in on that conversation. Do it in a way that you just know your shit so much that they're gonna be like, wow, she's who I wanna use. By the way, do you have a card? That's what I would say. Because if you don't have a huge platform, it's not always about the platform. To be honest, I have a preferred lender, Lene Aguilar. She doesn't use her social media. She knows her shit. People know she knows her shit. And they fucking come to her. My other preferred lender, the exact opposite, Jenna, she's loud and proud. She knows her shit too. So it's not a one size fits all. Just because somebody in your industry is doing it this way doesn't mean that that's the only way to do it. There's a lot of different colors of the rainbow, just like there's a lot of different personalities in every profession, especially when it comes to sales, right? Yes. So let me see. Okay, back to my notes. There are some of the ways that I naturally and more importantly, passionately put myself out there. And if others see my value and are like-minded and feel bonded and feel that they can trust me with one of their biggest transactions of their life, they will call me to help them, their family and their friends, and be there and help them with all of their real estate needs and become a raving fan for a lifetime. I truly believe in that. I am 100% referral based. It wasn't always that way. I earned my way there. It's taken almost a decade I've been in this business. So for those of you that think that there's an easy button because you got in the market when it was really hot, newsflash, we're in a shifting market, okay? And I promise you what worked then will not work today or going forward. We are in a shifting market. I think that things are going to be forever evolving and changing, especially with the way the tech world is and some of these big sharks trying to come in and shake things up. You have to constantly be evolving and ahead of the ball, not behind it. I need to be resourceful, not in a scarcity mindset, right? I need to be certain, not scared with uncertainty. And those come with my own tools within my own tool belt. These types of events will bring you those tools where you're gonna have your own ahas and put them in your belt and be able to like do that. Yes.
We have a comment from Madison. She
Yes.
says, yes, the Aquarius moon is totally reflecting all of this in our different industries, which is totally true.
So true. I love it. And it's true. It's so true. A lot of people in a lot of different industries right now are feeling it.
Yeah.
You know, I was on the phone with my mom today. She's in California. And she said, you know, inventory, she's right on the cusp, and she works in Reno. They're having the same thing going on there, you know, that we are here. People all over are feeling this. I mean, we're in a world, we're in a state of uncertainty. So it's up to us to try and get as much certainty through growth and knowing our shit as possible so that we can bring that forward, because it's the people like us that will make it throughout this storm. You know, the big wells are going to eat up everybody else's chum, unfortunately, for them, you know, but they can choose to be a big well if they do the work, you know, but it's not going to happen overnight. So growing is definitely a primary focus of mine. And I always say, like, success is rented every day. It's never something that you just arrive to. So I literally show up every day whether or not I want to or not. And I do these things, right? Believe it or not, I have shit too. And it's not always pretty, you know, but we deal with it.
Yep.
And what we focus on expands. And we correct and continue, and we pivot and pursue, and we force forward, even when it's scary. So, okay. I'm going to ask you guys, where do you currently get your leads and or plan to get your contacts? Let's go to online. Where do you currently get your leads and or make your contacts? Bambi, let's go with you, babe.
So currently, my leads are from a third party. These are people that have either bought a home or refinanced.
Okay.
They're mailed a little white envelope, and it says, you know, if you're interested in the new mortgage protection plan, just fill this out, send it in. It gets sent in, and I get those leads.
Okay.
So these are people, and they could be anywhere from a month to 6 months old to 2 years old.
Yeah.
But just depending on that, I get
So
those.
you do a mailer. You do
Yeah.
the physical
So-
mailing.
So they are mailers, yeah.
How effective is that?
You know, it's hit and miss.
Hit and
Some
miss.
people remember doing it, some people don't. Some people change their minds, some people are still interested, but it's back and forth.
Yeah.
It really is.
I love that, because I think that's like anything.
Absolutely.
What worked at one point might not always work, and it's always going to be a hit and miss, right? What do we have behind the scenes?
All right, Madison says that she gets leads from referrals and reaching out to people via social media. But I want to expand and get more individuals and being involved in the community and stuff like you were suggesting.
Yes.
And then we have Carly Hoffman says, I made contacts throughout various boudoir photography groups or women's empowerment groups and events.
Yes.
These are for people that would benefit most from my service and passion.
Ooh, girls, I love that. I love that. So a lot of it is social media, right? Social media is a free tool. It gets in front of everyone's faces who wants to see your face. You know, they can always unfollow if they're too chicken shit to unfriend, you know. But, you know, the cool thing is we can take advantage of all the free shit in the world. You know what else is free? Knocking doors, right? People knock doors. I've only done it like twice out of my entire career. And I can tell you right now, it's because I like to have too long of conversations. And then I got to know about everybody's deals and everybody's problems, and I couldn't say goodbye. So I realized that's probably not good for me, right? I spent too much time inside, and then it's most of the time not effective. So if I wanted to get good at that, though, I could learn the tools on how to cut it off, how to put business first, not be so personable, but then again, that's who I am, right? And this is me, the real me. And so sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Some people want that straight lace, get to the bottom of it. You know, we have engineers and all sorts of different personalities that are very, and I deal with them, right? But there's also other people that can mirror and mimic that a lot easier than I can. Sometimes they're like that, and they like that I'm outgoing and opposite and polar of them. So, you know, it gravitates them to me. So, I mean, you're going to get your clients from anywhere and everywhere. And the cool thing is literally every single person that we come in contact with is a potential client. Let's move on to the next subject. This is connecting with contacts. Number one, you're going to want to ask for their business. Don't be scared to ask for their business. But when you ask for their business, make sure that it's in a way that is true to you. Once again, people feel real, right? So if you're cheesy and you're like, hey man, like, you know, I really would love a referral, that's not me. So people are going to be like, Amanda, are you okay? You know? In fact, the other day I reached out to some of my clients in a text because I have so many buyers and not enough sellers, but some of my clients have talked about selling at some point in time. And I reached out and I sent a text to a couple of them and I was like, hey, I have a buyer looking in your area for this house. And I kind of almost felt cheesy because I was like, I've never had to do this before. But I'm in a shifting market and they have talked about selling. So I'm actually doing both my clients a service by putting myself in a situation that was uncomfortable for me because I've never had to go and say, hey, you know, but I need to play matchmaker right now more than ever. They have the house. They've talked about selling. So I'm doing both people a service. So I had to get out of my own head, put the drunk monkey to bed, and literally just show the fuck up and do my job. Because I was helping both of them. So it was really just my ego that was in the way of saying, this sounds totally out of left field, but you have a house I have a buyer for, you know. But I did it and I got a lot of cool responses. So I was happy. I was happy. Other people said no, and that's fine. But, you know, some people are actually like thinking about it. So it worked out. It worked out. I would say it was a good growing opportunity for me. 2, don't be afraid to ask for any referrals that they may have to help your business grow. So when you close a client, obviously, you know, something I say, and I say it in a way that isn't like super cheesy, is obviously I'm referral based, so I would love the opportunity to earn the business of any and everyone that you know. So if you hear of anyone looking to make a move, please spread the love and spread my name. So, you know, most of the time I don't even have to say that because I've gotten to that point, but trust me, it's something that I had to say for a long time, and I'm not too proud to say it. You know what I mean? Still to this day. I want people to know that I am looking for business. You know, that is how I am able to afford to do these things and do what we do in the community and do all the things that I'm passionate about and provide us a good life. So I'm not too proud for any of it. You know, I'm okay getting my hands dirty. So 3, get more information to build, nurture, and groom the relationships. So when you're connecting with them, you want to know, you know, what are they into? What is it that you need to know from them to establish more of a personal relationship, but in a professional environment? Because when they feel connected to you, they're going to feel confident in you, and then therefore they're probably going to use you, right? When it comes to them looking in whatever profession that you're in. So keep in mind why you want their information. Why do you think we want it? Kes?
I would say to be able to establish a more personable relationship, so you almost you know them on a personal level.
Yes.
And that, you know, goes to help the business relationship because then they'll trust you more.
Yep.
So that's why I would think you would need more information.
Yep. What about you, Bam?
Kind of like what she said, just to build that connection.
Yeah.
I guess I've always felt it's kind of like a ping pong effect. You kind
Yeah.
of give them and receive back.
Yeah.
You know, you ask them something, they'll ask you, and you kind of go back and forth, and that's how you
Yeah.
kind of establish that.
Ping pong, I like it. So I love that. I imagine it. I'm such a I write with my left hand and I play sports with my right. So I dive back into both sides of my brain. And I think that's how I've gotten to where I am, is I can be outgoing and be this, but also it's because I know my shit that I'm allowed to show up this way, you know? And so with that being said, I feel like your clients and or relationships in general are an ebb and a flow, right? So that's that ping pong. Like you're gonna say something, oh, it makes me excited. I wanna say what it is that I connect to on that, right? And it gets this figure 8 going on of this ebb and this flow. And that's where you create the energy and the connection. And that's where you build trust, right? And that's where you build connection. And so, yeah, I love that. I love that. So a couple of things that we highlighted here is it's to build a relationship. It's an opportunity to offer your professional services to them. It's to build your sphere of influence and your contact bubble up. It's to establish your position in your profession through offering educational information to them in the event that they will one day need your services, right? It's not always going to be today. I've groomed and cultivated relationships that came around years later. But I've also done it instantly, and I've been one and done. Literally, they're still living in the house. One and done, met you, one and done, like we hit it off, slam dunked it, and we're good. So, there is no one size fits all. You never know, but obviously, the more that you do it, the more success you're gonna have. You're gonna want as much information when you meet with them. So some of the things that you're gonna wanna collect are what? What do you think?
I would say the general's name, number, email, address, general stuff like that.
General stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bambi, let's pretend we're in an elevator.
Ugh.
We're gonna do this on the spot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. We're in an elevator. You overhear me talking to my girlfriend about wanting to buy a house, but I'm just so nervous and I don't know where to start.
Well, you want me to do this as a real estate agent?
Okay, not a real estate.
That's
Yeah,
not
no,
my
you got a real
forte.
estate. I need insurance.
Okay.
I need mortgage insurance.
Okay.
But I don't know what all it even means. I don't know anything, and we have like 10 levels that we're gonna go down.
Okay.
What would you do if you hear me talking? Yes, we're gonna role play.
Oh, you and I?
Yeah, and then she's gonna jump in. We're all in an elevator together.
Okay, we're all in the elevator together.
Yep, and I'm talking to you.
Okay, and
Okay.
who am I?
You're just a friend. You're just listening.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I heard about mortgage insurance, but I don't really know what it is. But obviously, I just bought my first house,
Yeah.
and so I don't even know what it is or like where to go.
Yeah, I agree. I've heard a lot about mortgage insurance too, but I've never jumped on that either. So why don't I introduce you to my friend?
So
Yeah.
so with mortgage insurance, do you have a plan in case you
No.
became sick or ill or you
Yeah.
passed away, or
Right, we
do you have a
don't-
plan to
we don't
protect
have
your
a plan.
family?
No, we don't.
I mean, that's
Do you know some what would you suggest?
so I actually help people I protect people in the community, and
Okay.
I help protect. It's not the original insurance where you have to die to
Right.
collect.
Oh, okay, yes.
So it has new benefits called living benefits. So,
Oh, okay.
if you become disabled or
Yeah.
critically ill, you can tap into your benefit and you won't lose your home. You can still protect your family and
Wow, that's
protect your
amazing.
assets.
Yes. Yeah, that's
so
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
cool.
So then, how would you end it?
So I'm a local underwriter here.
Okay.
Here's my card. If
Thank
you have any more questions, you want to know about
Okay,
it, I
yeah.
would be happy to sit
give
down
you a
and just
call.
chat with you.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll be giving you a call
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Woo! Round of applause. Good job. That was great. And you know what? Because you always want to ask for the deal, right? It's like, hey, I do that, but I would love to be able to help educate you. I want to put myself out there. My name's Bambi. I'm local underwriter. I love to be able to help protect families in the event that they need my services, because a lot of people don't know when and where to start. And so therefore, it's my job to educate you. If you want to give me a call, or if I can take your number, I'll send you a digital business card.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I do.
And it's that uncertainty.
Digital business card.
Right.
It's
right.
that uncertainty
That
that
way
we
you
have in
your
the world
number. Yes.
right now.
Yes.
Yep. So I'm going to recommend that you get a digital business card, all of you watching. Digital business card. Yes.
You recommend that so that way, that first meeting that you guys have, you already have their phone number? Is that why
Exactly.
you- Okay. Awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that we're going to talk about is the keeping in contact, right, and the campaigns.
Yeah.
So how do you keep in touch with someone that you just gave a card to?
True. Very true.
That's a
Yep.
long shot,
Yeah.
you know?
And they usually lose it.
And I was going to say then it costs you money and it's printing money. And so if we're talking about a lot of different ways to maximize your return of investment, both time and monetarily, and odds are they're going to throw it away. Sorry, I'm not even going to lie. Do you know how many business cards I get? And I'm like, add me on Facebook, please. Add me on Instagram. Take down my number here. Let me give you my digital business card. Text me so that I can save your number, and we can exchange info and meet up sometime. Talk business. So to me, first and foremost, get a digital business card, get an elevator pitch so that when you're in that environment, no matter what business you're in, you're able to sell yourself, which means they're sold on you. Okay? So that's homework. And I'm going to be following up with you all, even behind the screen. I can see who's on here. Not right now, but I will go back and watch. Yeah, so name, address, email, phone numbers, social media, marital status, children, pets. Do they own or rent, or are they in need, in your industry? There's different things. Length of time, what is their motivation, things like that, okay? After you have that natural conversation with them, so what we're going to pretend, and we're going to go with that same situation that we just role played, okay? You're going to have a conversation with them more in depth, right? And you're going to be able to classify the contact. Based off that conversation, you're going to say, right away when we're in sales, okay, are they serious or are they not? And there's a variety of ways that we go about classifying them that we're going to go over now. So after speaking with a contact and asking a few questions about their wants and or needs, the next step is to classify them accordingly. Organizing your database will enable you to better service your clients and our customers and help you to find new business opportunities through continued contact and customer service. 1, classify the contact into types or groups. Are they a buyer, seller, both? That's in obviously the real estate field, but you could create your own type of groups specific to your guys' profession. Classify the contact into subcategories from there, right? Because that's the umbrella. Buyer, seller, both. That's that umbrella. Then let's branch off from there and have some subs, right? Which is, what is the lead source, right? Is it a business relationship? Is it an open house? Is it family friend? Is it an event? Is it casual conversation? Is it in the elevator? Social media? That way, when you're tracking this information, ladies and gentlemen, we can basically say, at the end of the year, you want to evaluate your data. I have a spreadsheet where I evaluate everything. Where is all of my business coming from? Where can I trim the fat? Where do I not need to spend money that I'm spending money so that it can go into my pocket and or back into my nonprofit, right? So those are things you want to think about. Are they hot or not? And I don't mean physically. I mean as a lead. You can judge that shit too. Just I don't know that it needs to be on your info or in your database, just saying. Are they pre-qualified or do they need credit repair, right? And in your situation, are they pre-qualified to even need your services? Meaning, do they even have a home they need to protect? Yeah, oh, well then, there you go. If they don't have to.
They don't even need to have a home.
Oh, see?
They can be renting, they don't have to own a home. It's mortgage protection, life insurance.
Right, right. And for these ladies behind the scenes, because what they're doing is a little bit more, we're talking women's retreats, we're talking all sorts of other Reiki and things like that, right? So we're talking massage, all those types of things. You're going to have your own categories and or subcategories, right? Are the women that you are talking to expressing in some way, shape, or form through casual conversation that they may or may not need your services, right? That will determine if they're hot or not. Are they interested in, well, what is Reiki? Well, what is a women's retreat? What is boudoir? What is all these photos you're posting on social media, and why do you look so confident doing it? I wish I had that. There's going to be ways that you're going to be able to set up your own categories, subcategories, and things like that specific to each field. Same idea. You're going to be able to classify the contact's time frame. That's number 3. What is their time frame and what is their motivation? Do they talk to you and say, hey, I'd really love to do that this week or next week, or I want to get into the house by the end of the year, or not? What does that look like? So we're obviously going to have more leads that are going to have more pressing needs than others, right? The hot ones, they're the ones that are going to get the primary priority and focus, and the other ones kind of take the back burner and so on and so forth. So by qualifying them, you can obviously clearly determine the ones that require your immediate attention and categorize them accordingly. I personally say hot, warm, future, cold, right? And closed. Past client. So those are some of the categories that we use. So now we're going to go into, which you guys can all use in all different ways, and especially you, I think. But the girls, you know what? The girls on Zoom, I think this is something that you guys could do too, just in a different way, right? With those that you love, those that have already come in contact with, not, well, shit, maybe you could go the old-fashioned way and even farm an area. I don't know how effective that is, you know, but it's worth a shot, you know. If you don't have a lot of contacts naturally, create them. Create it. So we're going to go over continued communication or communication interconnections. What is it? So there is what we call the 8x8. It's a series of 8 touches in 8 weeks, and it includes a combination of personal visits, phone calls, text messages, IMs, items of value, either dropped off or sent via mail, handwritten notes, and cards sent to them. When will you use these things? To connect with someone for the first time in your role in whatever sales position that you're in. Everyone that you should know should fit in an 8x8 list to truly be able to cultivate and create that connection with them, right? There is then what we call a 33 touch. It's a series, so once you've done the 8x8 with them, you'll move them into the 33 touch. A series of 33 touches in 1 year. It could include the following: a combination of 14 mailings, letters, cards, emails, or drop-offs, 8 thank yous or thinking of you cards, 3 phone calls, 4 personal observance, meaning happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy Mother's Day, oh, I saw you had a baby, you know, I saw, you know, your grandpa died. Like, I'll send flowers all the time to people. When they lose people, that's traumatic. Like, I want them to know I care. It's not just about the sell. It's literally, I want to be here for you in every way, shape, or form, because 1, that's just who I am and what I stand for. But 2, I want them to know that I am connecting with them and I'm still here beyond the close and or sell and before that, you know? So, and then obviously holiday cards. When will you do that? You'll do that to nurture and or groom your relationship over time. After the initial 8x8 you'll then move into this step, okay? Both campaigns contain a variety of ways to stay in touch with your contacts on a consistent basis. The goal of the touch campaigns is for all of your contacts in your database to think of you as their go-to person for all of their needs when it comes to your profession. The key is to add contacts as soon as you get them and put them into the campaigns immediately and as easily as possible. So in your database, as soon as you meet someone new, you're going to do the following actions. You're going to get their contact info, add them to your database, follow up with a handwritten note, put them on an 8x8 touch campaign, and follow it with a 33 touch. As soon as you get a referral, you're going to thank the referral source and reward the action and or send a handwritten note. So something I do, and Kes knows this, is I have my own game show and giveaway. And we're going to announce it. It's something that's gone on behind the scenes. I just got approval to be able to like brand it and do it in a big way, which is exciting. But every single time I get a lead, no matter if it's a tag, a text, a this, a that, every single time I screenshot every single one of those and I send them to Kes. She puts your name on a raffle ticket and it goes into our big bowl up there where we then go and do giveaways, right? It's a way of saying thank you. Thank you for spreading the love and spreading my name. Thank you for entrusting me enough to be able to throw my name out to those that you know, love, and trust and want to see have the best results possible, right? So, of course, you want to thank them and reward them, you know, and we do that. You know what I should get better at is sending cards. Like, you know, that's one thing that I think I could get better at. But I'll be honest, when everyone types so much, my hand gets sore right now, cards anymore. You know, I got tagged literally in 8 things yesterday. So I'm like, wow, I need to call them or send them a text or an email or a voicemail, leave a voicemail saying, hey, thanks, you know, I'm doing these things behind the scenes, but do my people know that I'm doing that? They don't really a lot, you know, so that's why I wanted to launch this game show so that they know what it is that I'm doing, right? You're going to get the referrals contact information and add them to your database. You're going to call, classify, and qualify them. And if they're hot, you're going to set an appointment. Okay? Put them on the 8x8 touch campaign right away, and then you're also going to follow it with the 83 or the 33 touch. So, is there any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys have for me at this time? Is there anything on the Zoom that they want to add or that they want to ask a question about?
Not yet, but I have a question.
Okay.
So I know for me personally, I think it's hard to put yourself out there and hard to, ask for, can we set up an appointment? What would you suggest? What is some tips that you would give people on, not necessarily the verbiage, but how you go about asking somebody to set an appointment for the first time?
Ooh, I love it. Okay, come up here. Yep, come up here. We're gonna role play. Okay?
Okay.
You're gonna be the buyer.
Okay.
You're gonna be a buyer calling on Zillow.
Okay.
I'm gonna be an agent. You're inquiring on a house. Okay? You're gonna go with it. There's no right or wrong way to go about this. Okay? This is very vulnerable, I know. You're just a fucking buyer.
Okay.
So don't get in your head, okay? Put the drunk monkey to bed.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Ring, ring. You say ring, ring, and I'm gonna say hello because I'm the agent.
Ring, ring.
This is Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. My name is Kesley, and I'm on Zillow, and I'm interested in a couple of properties, and I don't really know how to go about it. So I'm looking for an agent, and I want you to kind of give me the rundown of how this works.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so first and foremost, what properties are you looking at specifically?
Residential properties. I'm looking for a house for me and my 2 kids.
Okay, perfect, awesome. Okay, so first things first, and I just have to ask, have you been pre-qualified with a lender yet, or where are you at in the home buying process?
Yes, so I am pre-qualified for up to $300K.
Okay, awesome. Who's your lender?
It is Jenna at Intercav.
Okay, awesome, awesome. She's a great lender. In fact, she's our preferred lender.
Oh,
So I work with Jenna all the time. So I'm surprised. So you haven't been working with an agent? No?
No, I haven't.
Wow,
Thought I
look
could
at
do
you. Most people don't go and get qualified on their own. So I'm already going to give you props for making sure that you already handled first base on your own. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. I thought I could do it, by myself, but now as I'm getting into it, I'm thinking I'm going to want an agent.
Yes, actually, that's probably a really good decision, especially in today's market.
Yeah.
So since you've already been pre-qualified and you're already finding homes on Zillow, I'm going to educate you on this. Zillow is a great site to browse for looking at homes. However, I'm going to look in and double check on the properties that I see that you liked here that came over in my email via Zillow.
Yeah.
And I'll cross-reference and see if they are or are not available still. See, Zillow is a cool site along with a couple other ones because they're fun to browse. But Utah is what we call a non-disclosure state. So what does that mean? That means that we fight as agents up at legislation to keep the information when properties sell confidential.
Okay.
We do that because we don't want them to start charging you taxes and or making money off of you by having too much of that data and information, right? So it's actually in your best interest, but it sucks for sites like this because they are so fun to browse. Problem is that, the majority of the time, you're going to feel like you keep spinning your wheels. I'm assuming that by you doing this, you've probably kept running into houses being under contract by the time you called the agent?
Yep, by the time I call the agent, it's either under contract or backup.
Okay. So now you're finally sick and tired.
Sick and tired, ready to figure this out.
Yeah, I love it. Well, the cool thing is I would absolutely love the opportunity to earn your business. So I think what the next step would be is to meet in person. We can either meet in person at my office in downtown Ogden and do what I call a buyer's consultation so that we can kind of go over what it is that you are looking for when it comes to a place to call home. But also in addition, just see if we're a good fit for each other.
Yeah.
Does that sound like something you're interested in?
Yes, that does. What times would work for you?
Okay. I can kind of work around your schedule. Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually best. From 3 to 5. Do you have anything for tomorrow, considering it's Thursday and we'll just cook while the griddle's hot?
Yeah, let's do Thursday at 4.
Okay,
Tomorrow.
perfect. I'm gonna get you on the calendar. Can I get your name, number, and email so that 1, I can add you to my database and keep in touch, and 2, send you a calendar invite with a hyperlink to my property or to my office address with instructions on where to park.
Yes, let me text you that right now.
Okay, perfect. Actually, you know what? I have a paper and pen handy. Because the number that you called is actually a Zillow number.
Oh,
So I'm actually gonna just take it down. So what is it?
385-240-89 beep beep.
Yeah, I was like, we don't need everyone calling you because you're too cute, girl. We're gonna keep that off social. No, just, perfect. So then I'll add it and I'll say, you know what? Thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate you for giving me a call, and I think it's in your best interest to honestly hire a true professional. And so I look forward to the opportunity of getting you to the closing table.
Great.
I'll see you tomorrow at 4.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
I love you.
Yes, love you.
That was good.
So that's kind of like what I would do, right? But it's natural for me. The cool thing is so many people get caught up on, what do I say next? What script do I follow? Da 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 da. Like, okay, it's cool. You want to hit ding 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 these things. Are you pre-qualified? Are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Where did you find the site? Are you working with an agent? You know, what is your price range? What kind of loan programs are you willing to meet? What's your name, number, email? How can I get in contact with you? Are you wanting to meet me?
Right.
Those things, which is basically everything we just talked about.
Yeah. Organically.
Organically.
Right.
Because all I am, you guys, is having a fucking conversation. And I'm so dialed in and specialized in what it is that I do that I know what to ask and when. If someone says this, it naturally creates, oh, well then I need to go here and ask this. You know what I mean? That's just natural. So whatever industry that you're in that 1-2 minute elevator pitch will be how that conversation goes. What are you looking at? Oh, okay. So I think that's good. I mean, obviously we have a worksheet. So the girls that are on via Zoom, we can drop the worksheet into the events, I think. We'll figure it out. We're learning. Obviously, we're a little off. So we'll drop it in, but here in the classroom, we're going to work on this, but we're going to turn this off. So we appreciate you guys. And don't forget, if you're looking to make a move, spread the love with Hustle and Heart Real Estate Group.